Welcome to Global Reports here again on Liberty Television at our Kaduna studios. I am, as usual, Arthur Brooks. Welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and across West Africa, and to our many friends streaming on the World Wide Web, on Facebook and on YouTube. As usual, we follow the most trending and popular news stories from around the world from the past week. Our guest this week is Professor Khalifa Dikwa. Welcome, Prof.
Thank you.
Glad you can make it.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, so our time is a little limited today, so we'll have to, I think we'll just cover the elections. So there's a short video from, short video I retrieved from the internet. I don't even know which network it came from, showing the re-elected President Buhari celebrating.
Receiving his certificate of return.
He's received it, it's been given already?
Yes, already.
Oh, no, I missed that.
At 2 o'clock.
Okay. Well, let's just see whatever video we've got. So, everybody's a little bit tired and a little bit ragged as we've all been covering the election campaign, including the studio crew. So if everything's a little bit disorganized this afternoon, it's because everybody's been up all night. Oh, so now we have President Muhammadu Buhari re-elected for a further 4 years. This is an outstanding victory. 15 million to 11 million
Yes.
to PDP.
Yes.
Prof, what is your views?
It's a sounding re-election, and this is what we call is about now to sit up and then do the right thing for Nigeria without wasting enough time, wasting time. And again, this election was basically more, a lot of energy, a lot of human resources in it, a lot of agility in it, and active people participating in it. It is because the main contender is a rugged fellow, the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar. You know, he's a real grassroots politician. He knows he has his icons all over and so on. And he indirectly helped Nigeria to wake up to their responsibility, and he also helped the sitting president to wake up. And he got more energy, and he's even stronger than those in their 40s today, thanks to the real fighting of the main contender, Chico, and this is good. I just hope, we pray that the next 4 years, the president will be as agile as he has been for his election. Having visited all the 36 states, even the opposition could not do it, and that was the person everybody wanted him, called him name in terms of health and so on.
Yes.
So this is a very, very good omen in order to strengthen on the previous successes, so as not to allow anybody to filibuster the successes so far recorded.
It's a wake-up call. Anyway.
Particularly,
it's a wake-up call for APC.
Yes, a wake-up call. In addition, that it is just a win for the entire country. I do not see in Nigeria now, after the declaration, let us allow politicians to play their game in their parties. Find a way of funding them and let them do their own work and check the executive. The party is,
of course, we still have the governorship elections.
Exactly, and this is our manifesto and so on, so that they will be able to guide the executive. And the executive has to do with governance now. With the first coming by first week of June, hopefully, the National Assembly will be inaugurated. This is the 9th one. I think about 60% of them or so are not coming back.
60%?
Yes.
Okay.
Many of them are not returning.
Is that a prediction, or is it based on figures that you've got?
Many have not, both from Senate and House of Reps, many are not coming back.
Interesting.
And this is an eye-opener again. Ideally, the National Assembly is meant for people who would like to stay for so long. It needs a lot of expertise, but unfortunately, most of them went there for just politicking and making things for themselves and so on. So people of Nigeria just sat down and said no, irrespective of the party. So if party is anything to go by, the APC, the leading party, wouldn't have staged roadblocks to the president, including having special tribunals and so on violent crimes and looting of resources and so on. If those things did not work, it means by now, it is about the 91 political parties coming together now to say we are going to work for this country, and that after all, APC and PDP are cousins, two sides of the same coin. If you remove the president and so on. So I think what we need is to sit up on the security.
Now,
secure the country.
Now, we've got the president come back. Of course, we've still got the governorship elections coming up. But do you think the president has got the right team around him for the next 4 years?
For the next 4 years, that is our prayer for him. But for the past 3.5 years, he hasn't got a team. He hasn't got a team, and that team made him to feel relaxed. And that laxity is not good for a presidential system. Presidency of a big country like Nigeria is just about having people around you, whether you are out or not, things work. Not with people who will wait for you to say something. This is a traditional way of doing it. Traditional system. So presidential system, and this is, and the world is moving technologically and so on. Imagine now ambassadors are losing their relevance because technology is linking everyone who can get always the thing.
Exactly.
Therefore, the right thing to do is to have kitchen cabinet, people who will, irrespective of their age, they will tell you the truth. This is the right thing, and they will be able to even prognose, have a surveillance on the different ministries where you have ministers based on political affiliation or political posting, just for that constitutional thing. But your own kitchen cabinet should be able to be up and doing.
But Prof, the key things remaining for the next 4 years, surely immediately even, security and getting the economy really moving.
Yes, when the security is there and the economy is getting up, the people themselves will now stand up. And again, we shouldn't wait for a certain period in order to implement the agreement reached by the civil service or the labor force, the workers, the Nigerian workers. Once their pay is okay, inflation is taken down, and the money is enough for them, they will eventually fight corruption by themselves. If you recruit the people from down top, when you recruit the lowest people by paying them well, and we have social security in that their children can go to school, whether they're workers or they're still working or retired, if they can afford basic health care. And those basic things, once they are there, it means...
Yeah, Prof, but this is all if.
Yes.
What concrete things has the Buhari administration done to address these problems? What has it done, for instance, the Northeast, the security problems, the sporadic herder, farmer problems? It is
more of a political economy in the Northeast. It had to do with the entire country to pull the country down. That conspiracy has been there since the 60s, waiting for the right moment to pull down Nigeria for its role in Africa as a leading economy in Africa, for its role in peacemaking missions in Africa and so on. Those who the makers of arms will not like anybody who will always bring peace to any country, and therefore they have to ignite. It's not good for business, and war is a big business. They have to ignite a war in order to sell their arms. And this ideology of everything, it is the same thing in Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, and so on. It is the same ideology created by the same makers of war and the sellers of arms with the intelligence. At that time, the intelligence was rugged and well. Now they are on their own. They don't agree with one another, all the intelligence agencies and so on. And therefore, it is a plus for the rest of the world. Now that even the intelligence agents are now exposing the evil things that they did in the past. You have the NSA guys, CIA, and so on with the Snowden. You have the Assange and so on, under WikiLeaks and so on. So technology has now exposed them. They know that whatever they do, eventually it will catch up with them.
But these are conspiracy theories.
Of course, conspiracy has always been there with us.
Even if they are there, what are we going to do about it?
It is about placing Nigeria's security first. Nigeria's security and economy. Irrespective, you can just walk out, go across the party lines. To me, is after the swearing and re-election, to me, leaders should not be thinking along party lines. It is about good governance.
Working together to do something about the country.
Bringing into the government people who are of grand standing. The way we had the Minister of Agri in the past in Nigeria, who President Buhari stood up and he was elected into the bank in Africa. The same thing. So therefore, I think we should walk past the partisan line. Although there are people who are who do not know how to forgive, who are narcissistic in their behavior, narcissistic in the sense that it has to be that person alone, not even his place, his country. he would like to have it and take it out of the country. So in this case, there's nothing you can do, and they're in the minority. So this is the situation now. It means the press. We have Nigeria has a vibrant
to be
press.
done in the next 4 years.
And
we have the country Nigeria, which is one of the best GDPs in Africa at the moment.
Yes.
I think we've even surpassed South Africa now.
No, the media is supposed to be up and doing. The media is so negative about our own country. Always playing the cards of outsiders, the cards of those who would like to pull this country down simply because they don't like certain heads in government.
But we have we all know intrinsic poverty in this country. We have people, even in Kaduna here, in Lagos.
It is all over.
People who
insecurity is not only about Boko Haram or Zamfara thing. Hunger is insecurity, is aspect of insecurity. If the people of the northeast and so on, had some things doing, the youth wouldn't have been forced into insurgency. Some of them were willingly going there because they had nothing to do. The borders are not feeling the sense of belonging to the country. Some of them prefer to cross over to other countries in order
the insecurity problem, the tales of mass murders, we become immune to it now.
The thing is, ideology, when you have an ideology, is a terrible thing. And cultism is all over. Cultism is just some people pretend to be godly, but in fact, cultism is always there. And I think we have to do something about poverty. And this presidency should be able to now politely ask the governors to key into the program of thinking about the interests of Nigerians first. The people, the humanity. People must eat. Man must grab. Well, they call it in Pidgin, grab. Must chop food.
Must chop.
Must chop. Must have security. Must have a job to do.
Yeah.
This is the correct thing to do.
I'm afraid our time is up. The bell is rung.
No, we had a carryover now. We had a carryover. But the thing is, we just wish the president the best of luck. He as a team, the best of luck. And we also wish Nigeria, and then we also wish Nigerians to elect people who think about Nigeria first to be re-elected as governors or elected as governors. Those who are selfish, those who go into politics in order to make just for themselves or self-aggrandizement.
We wish peace
will reign
as we go into the governorship and is it just the governorship or
governorship and state assembly?
State assembly, yeah.
And some states there are flashpoints in some states.
Let's hope it goes peacefully, and we appeal to everybody to go in peace to vote.
Mr. Brook, is it about doing it now? If the governors are not inviting to sit down with the security officials, the president in his ability of the commander-in-chief should be able to now have reports about the flashpoints in certain states.
We still have 1 week
prior to the election.
So thanks again to our fantastic guest, Professor Dikwa.
Yes.
Thank you to the cameraman in the studio and the guys in the control room and the Global Reports production team. We wish you good night. Keep watching Liberty Television, and we'll see you next week on Liberty Global Reports.
It's not just about the individual news item, it's all about what's behind the news story. What went on before, now and after.
We report today not from Kaduna, Nigeria, but from Liverpool in the United Kingdom. Slavery Museum, that's right, in Liverpool. Dr. Benjamin.
No personal attack on candidates.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ray TV Liverpool.
I'm here with Chris Kerr, who is one of the team that runs this remarkable little station.
My background is that I'd spent quite a lot of time working for Bernardo Television as a reporter and producer, and I had lived in Liverpool for most of my life, and I've had a very strong interest in doing something in the way of more local television, more than the regional service which Bernardo and the BBC offer.
This is Arthur Brooks signing off from Liberty Global Reports, and have a very good week.
Thank you, Saidu, for coming on the programme.
My pleasure.
And please check out our Facebook page.